Hey guys, welcome back to the United Star, and we have Prashant with us to talk about the Liverpool game. So, Prashant, how important is the FA Cup going to you?
Well, Vishesh, there's two ways to look at it. One way is that we need a trophy, and the FA Cup seems like the only realistic option, with obviously Europa League being such a long and grueling tournament. And for all you know, if we win the Sociedad game over two legs, we might have to go to Uzbekistan or something to play our next game. So that will obviously not be a very good scenario for us. So the FA Cup is the realistic chance. The other way to look at it is that, I mean, we are top of the table and this is a run of fixtures that is relatively easy. So then you focus on the league and then see whatever goes in the FA Cup. So my personal opinion is that we should play a sort of second string team, and if we win, good. If we don't, then well, you shake hands and you move on. And I think you should focus more on the league. Just focus on cementing that position. Stretch your position on the top of the league as long as you can. That would be my priority at this moment. But personally, I think that Oli will be thinking in a way that he thinks he can win the FA Cup, and I think he will sort of go for it.
So, do you think the fact that we're playing Liverpool would play some importance in making those decisions? That it's such a big game against a rival club. Maybe if it was the likes of a championship team or League One team, things would have been different. So, do you see the thought process changing because of the opposition?
I don't think so, Vishesh. I don't think so. I'll tell you this. I feel like maybe if it wasn't Liverpool, I mean, if, of course, if it was a championship team or a second sort of division team, like certain teams tend to draw all the time somehow. If it was that kind of a team, then of course it wouldn't matter and we'd easily go through. But let's say if it was a half decent team, like maybe we faced a sort of Bournemouth or a Norwich who are at the top of the championship, or a West Brom or a Fulham. I think that game would be a lot more trickier because it's I think it's more embarrassing to go out there. I mean, you play against Liverpool, anything can happen. You play a strongest team, you can win. You play a second string team, and you could win as well, or you might be able to lose. The other thing is that I don't think Klopp cares about this trophy too much either. So I think he too will be looking to put out sort of a second team and rest sort of the star players. So I think that is also going to be a factor. So I'd rather have the second team play if Klopp's second team plays and see whatever happens. If his first team plays, play the second team. If they can pull off a result, well and good. If they can't, like I said, shake hands and move on. But Oli will not be thinking that way. I think he will play some of the key players.
So you've mentioned the second team consecutively. What, according to you, would be the second team and Ole's mix for this coming game? Then?
So for me, this is my ideal 11 for this game. I would go with Dean Henderson in goal, Alex Telles at left back, Victor Lindelof and Axel Twanzebe in the centre backs, Brandon Williams as the right back, Scott McTominay, Nemanja Matic would play with Donny van de Beek and possibly a Fred in midfield, Mata off the right, Mason Greenwood up top, and Anthony Martial off the left. This is what I would go with. What Oli will go with, Vishesh, in my view, is Henderson will play, Telles will play. I think Maguire will start with Twanzebe. I don't see Maguire getting a rest. I think Wan Bissaka will start as well because I don't think Williams is shown enough. So I think this is the defense that will be there. In the midfield, I think Van de Beek will start along with Matic, and I think Bruno will play as well. I don't think he'll rest Bruno either. So I think Matic, Van de Beek, and Bruno in midfield possibly, or Van de Beek on the right with maybe Fred in midfield or McTominay. So adding some more solidity to the midfield, and then I think Martial will yet start and Greenwood will continue to start.
I think I agree with you, but I have a feeling that McTominay will play for a simple reason. He didn't play, or he wasn't in the 11 for the previous game. So I can
Hmm.
see McTominay and Matic playing with the likes of Van der Beek because Bruno requires that rest, Rashford requires that rest. And obviously, Dino starting is a given. But that being said, you did mention that Liverpool will not give this much importance. How do you see them, tackling this game? Because they definitely need to get the league form sorted. So could this be similar to an Arsenal Liverpool FA Cup game as last season, ending as 5-5? What do you see Liverpool doing? What would their tactics be?
So I think the thing out here you have to understand is that I think Liverpool will play a couple of their first team players. Now, by first team, I mean like the likes of Curtis Jones, who has proven to be a very good player. Nico Williams is another guy who's proven to be a decent player. So these guys, I think, will get a go. I think probably Shaqiri might start. Oxlade-Chamberlain will play. So I feel like these players are a lot more experienced. They have played at the top level for other clubs before. Shaqiri, of course, has played for Bayern Munich. I mean, Shaqiri has been our nemesis for a long time anyway, since that cold night at Basel with Sir Alex Ferguson. So Shaqiri is obviously a threat. Chamberlain has played important games for Arsenal and Liverpool before. Divock Origi might probably get a game here. So they have a few players who have played at the big moments before. So I think their team going in this probably will be more experienced if Bruno Fernandes doesn't play. But I agree with you in the sense that Bruno needs rest, but I think Oli will yet start him. But I think the main player to watch out for from Liverpool's perspective, I think, will be this Curtis Jones. He's already started to annoy me. He's very good. He's very good, but he's already started to annoy me. I have to say, he's got one of those typical scouse faces, and it seems like we're going to have to deal with him for a long time to come. I think he's a special talent.
So do you think we're going to be going to the fifth round after saying
Uh,
this?
I don't know, Vishesh, to be honest. I don't know because there are so many variables here. What does Oli do? Does he go with the lineup I want, or does he treat this as a very important
But
game?
before asking that question, do you think not winning this game would define or not having progress because we reached a semi-final last season, so not reaching the same heights may define as a backward step, or
I
you're
don't
against
think
that
so,
thought?
Vishesh. I think progress, if you look at where we were post 19 games last season and where we are post 19 games this season, in terms of goals scored, goals conceded, points gained, I think it's phenomenal. I think we're playing much better football. So I don't think this game can define progress or how far as the squad has come. I think if anyone says that we're facing the same problems that we were, a lot of people say we're facing the same problems that we were since the sort of after the PSG game 2 years ago. The same problems are continuing. They clearly haven't seen us play. We aren't facing the same problems. The team's come a long way, and I think this game doesn't define anything for me personally. I don't care about it. Again, like I'm going to repeat what I've said before. It is against Liverpool at the end of the day. They are a good club. They are a good side. They are champions of England, and it's going to be a competitive game. It's a derby. You don't want to lose this, but I don't know what's going to happen. I think there are too many variables at stake here, and I don't think there's much at stake. I think if either team loses this one, I mean the Premier League game, if either team lost, I think that would be a lot more importance than this. If either team loses this one, they're just going to be like, well, it didn't happen on the day. That's about it, and move on. It's a cup game. It doesn't really matter. This one doesn't matter. If it was a semi-final, then obviously there's a different perspective to it. But in the fourth round, with the way the Premier League fixtures are packed together, I don't think it matters really.
I think I agree with you, but personally, I would like to knock them out in both the Premier League and FA Cup in the same week. So that's why I think we can go for the win, and I'm predicting a win on penalties because I don't see us winning otherwise. But yeah, guys, that's about it. So good, Prashant. You've heard what I have to say about this game. It isn't that important in the grand scheme of things right now, since we are competing for the title. But that being said, we know Ole is going to go for it. So do let us know what you think in the comments below. Do like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Thank you.